Hey everyone, Eugene here, back again. Just want to do something really chilled and laid back here. Got a chance this morning to go over to the boutique. Just really quickly ran in and out, picked up a few things. So I'm going to unbox them here for you and share what I got. Some are pretty new and some are pretty old perfumes, and I've kind of shown some in my last video of the exclusive La Frenchie. So if you remember, I showed the Shalimar, the Peacock, the Souffle bottle, the limited edition, and I've also shown my Bee Bottle, even though I didn't really say what it was, but it's a good one nonetheless. So I don't know where to start. So I did go, I picked up a few things. It's funny, every time I leave the boutique, this bag is in really good, pristine condition. It's packaged very nicely, and by the time I get home, it's just like completely mangled. The wrapping inside is all, you know, effed up, and I don't even know what I'm doing to it, but it's just like that. Anyway, there is a new Shalimar Souffle Intense out, and I picked this up. And when I heard this flanker to a flanker Shalimar Souffle eau de parfum was coming out, I really had no interest in the souffle department. I just don't even have an explanation for it. It's not even because it's women's perfume, and I have been getting some comments lately. I guess as my channel is growing and I'm getting new subs, and there's obviously going to be new comments and people watching my videos, I'm being questioned about, you know, wearing female fragrances, and you know, I have no problem with comments or that kind of thing. And the answer is yes, I do wear women's fragrances or perfume marketed towards women, and I have no problem with that. Simply, I'm not hurting anybody, or I don't think there's anything wrong with a man wearing a woman's fragrance or a woman wearing a man's fragrance. My wife wears my masculines all the time. A lot of these women's fragrances, they are in my collection. My wife doesn't even wear them, so I do purchase them and I wear them and I love them. I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with it either. So if you're a dude and you want to wear women's fragrances, wear what you like. There's no rule saying you're not allowed to wear something because it's marketed to women. So it's just a smell. I mean, it's not like I'm wearing high heel shoes or, you know, not that there's anything wrong with it. I don't wear makeup or women's clothing, but I really do like perfume marketed towards women, because usually it ends up, for me, being higher quality, which isn't always the case, but it's just way more interesting than a lot of the masculines that are marketed out in you know, the designer ranges today. You know, I'm thinking Hugo Boss here and Dolce & Gabbana and that kind of thing. They're just really boring, and they all kind of smell the same to me. So that's really the reason for me wearing what I like. Anyway, so this is the Souffle, and for whatever reason I really had no interest in it. And here is this is the flanker to the, actually it's not even the flanker, this is just a, it says here series limite, so limited edition an eau de parfum. I think there's 3 of these now in total, of these limited edition souffles. So let's open this up. This is a gorgeous bottle. They only come in 50 ml, and they are eau de parfum. So I kind of showed you the packaging the last time. I'll show you again. It's really, God, it's just really gorgeous. Like all of Guerlain's flacons or bottles, they just do a tremendous job. They really stand out above the crowd. You can see they have a picture there on the back of the bottle. So this is a flanker to Shalimar, and it's very light. It's a very light perfume, and it's just supposed to be kind of vanilla and florals, and this isn't doing it any justice. Let me come around over here. Hopefully you can see that bottle. There you can see the peacock. Just really a gorgeous perfume. So from what I understand, I've never even really worn this souffle, but from what I understand is, you know, Guerlainistas aren't really big on it just because it's such a contradiction to the original Shalimar, which is this big, bold oriental. And the souffle is it's just very light and very different from the original. So there's kind of been some backlash, and I think that's all going to change with the Intense. Once you get to smell the Intense, I thought it was absolutely stunning. I got to wear it today before I went to the boutique. I mean, my whole purpose is going to the boutique today was I kind of wore this and I was like, wow. The last time I was there, I got a sample and I really like this. So I head over there and picked this up. And I kind of stood there with the boutique director, Charlotte, and we kind of discussed this, and we were both just gushing over the Souffle Intense, which is an eau de parfum. And the flacon is absolutely gorgeous. It's just as stunning. It's this really deep, dark cobalt blue. Focus. One thing I found interesting though is this is very sweet, almost sugary sweet, but it's not childish sweet. So this to me is all about vanilla, like Shalimar is supposed to be about vanilla. I'm gonna spray a little bit on. Picked up some of these blotters at the boutique today. I didn't steal them, I asked if I could have them. What I find interesting about these blotters is, we kind of discussed this at the boutique today, is you'll see in pictures or wherever somebody's spraying a blotter and they're always spraying this very narrow end, which I just don't get. I don't know, I can't really pick up anything on here. You're supposed to kind of hold it like this on this wider part, and it just kind of looks really bougie to me, you know, smelling this really narrow part. I always end up spraying the wider part where you're holding and hold on to this very narrow part. I don't know why. I just find it more surface space here, and you have more to smell really. So we'll put a little bit of this on. Oh, it's really dark. It's really sweet. To me, this is all about, it's vanilla, smoky vanilla. There's obviously some white florals in here, mainly jasmine. I just find this big blast of a sugary note, but without being like kitty sweet, like unwearable sweet. It's actually very gorgeous. It wears really well. Yeah, I can't wait to like really get to know this. I'd love to review the Souffle Intense. There's a little bit of citrus in here. I can't really tell. I'm thinking it's lemon. So souffle is kind of like this French pastry that's made up of whipping up eggs, and it's just kind of this crusty outside with this really delicate inside. Supposed to, I guess, smell or taste like a pastry. I'm not really sure. I'm not heavily into these desserts, but this totally smells like a pastry, or it's definitely got gourmand elements to it, and it's sweet, but I wouldn't say it's one of the sweetest things to come from this house. But it's nonetheless, it's absolutely gorgeous. I truly love it. So a flanker to a flanker. I mean, Guerlain loves making flankers. I guess it's kind of a money maker for them. And earlier this year, they released another major flanker. And I've kind of discussed this on my channel before. This is Black Perfecto from the Le Petit Robe Noir. Now, from the two, I mean, just with my very limited experience with this right now, I would definitely, I much prefer the Souffle Intense. I mean, not that this is bad or I don't like it, I do. it's just, this is way more closer to the original release than this. This is actually quite different from, you know, the original Shalimar. I can't say, it's also very different from the original, the very first souffle. Even though I hardly know it, I know enough to know that this is much darker. It's got a gorgeous salage to it. It's like, it's absolutely stunning. I'd love to smell this on a woman. Unfortunately, I don't think my wife would wear this. She's not very much into florals, but she does love a good gourmand. So I'm going to try to review this. I love it. I'm going to put it on my list of things to review. So there we have the Shalimars. Just gorgeous flacons. Like, even if you don't like the perfume, I mean, the bottles themselves, they're just gorgeous and they make absolutely great collectibles. And they are limited, some of them anyway. Okay, so talking about limited and collectibles, the new Dress Code 2017 just came out. You can see the bottle. Here I have the older ones. This is 16 and 15, and they're all supposed to smell the same. These have never been reformulated, but just the bottles change, and every year they're going to release these in different style bottles. The fragrance itself is gorgeous. Here you can see just kind of, it's got that pinstripe suit pinstripe thing going on. Wooden cap, black glossy bottle. Guerlain's really into glossy bottles right now, so this one here is black. It's very similar to 2016. Hopefully they didn't reformulate it, but I love the sound of this cellophane. Cellophane makes me happy because I just associate it with new perfume. Okay, so here is, look at that. That's Habit Rouge Dress Code. I'm gonna move out of the way. Focus. Come on. Here we go. Okay, it's not wanting to cooperate. Okay, enough of that. You don't want to cooperate. So I'm going to just spray this on really quickly. I'm assuming it's going to be the same. Now, this is a very sweet opening to me too. And I'm not crazy about the opening of this. It's praline, anise. It's very sharp. To me, it's synthetic, of course. Everything is synthetic nowadays, but it's not cheap synthetics. But the synthetics in this are still enough to bother my nose, especially early on until it settles down. Obviously, there's some citrus here, and this is it's quite different than the original Habit Rouge, the EDT, which is my favorite version. This is probably, I think I prefer this second, my second favorite. But to me, this is all about, you know, citrus and vanilla, of course, and leather. The leather in this really stands out compared to the EDT. The leather's really smoky and it's dark, and it's just very black leather. It's extremely smoky. It might be a touch incense, and gorgeous. It's absolutely, it's long lasting. You know, it's just, it's a stunning fragrance. So that's Habit Rouge. And this, I think the bottle, this pattern here is just supposed to represent the pocket square that a man has up here tucked away in his jacket. So kind of a theme, a dress code theme going on here. I wonder if we can get this to focus now. Just want you guys to see how beautiful these Guerlain flacons really are. 。 It's not happening, is it? All right, never mind. Okay, so I've got one more thing here, and this is the Bee Bottle that I showed last week. So I'm not sure if you guys know, but I'm gonna tell you or let you know, the Guerlain Boutique has a membership rewards program, and it's called Emotion Points, which I find pretty savvy and pretty smart. I'm not sure if emotion is a French word for something. I kind of took it as emotion, like emotional points. So instead of eating chocolate cake when you get emotional, go and purchase fragrance and you get points for it, which is quite brilliant actually, because you know, it's therapeutic shopping. So with your points, they add up. You're able to purchase something once you have enough. To me, they kind of got this list of things that you can pick up. And to me, by far, this is the most interesting thing. And the only thing on the list that I'm actually after. I can't even remember what are the things they had on the list. It might have been like slippers and a robe or soaps. Honestly, I can't even remember. But I mean, if somebody's interested, I'll find that out for you. But nobody really knows what I got here. And this is one of my favorites from Guerlain. This is JICKY Eau de Parfum. I kind of chose, you have this a range you can choose from. Obviously they can't be the exclusive range and they can't be extraits, the parfum. So JICKY is probably, like my other bottle of, my other Bee Bottle is L'Heure Bleue, which is my favorite from this brand, and I think JICKY is right behind L'Heure Bleue. So look at this bottle, just gorgeous. Like, I can't stop saying that about Guerlain flacons and bottles, and this is the famous Bee Bottle. I'm not sure why we're not focusing here. Okay, there we go. JICKY. You can see all the bees on there. Kind of Guerlain's trademark is this bee. The juice looks really light for some reason. I'm not sure if this has been reformulated, but JICKY, so much history behind this. This came out in the late 1800s. I'm just gonna spray some on. Obviously not from here. I've got a bottle of JICKY Eau de Parfum here. And I love wearing this in the summertime because it's really fresh and relaxing, and there's a lot of citrus in here. And to me, this is all about contrast, JICKY. Oh man, it's just kind of, you know, the first time I smelled JICKY, it just didn't do it for me. And even now I know Christo is not a fan of this stuff. He does not like it, and he's not able to stomach this at all. But to me, I think it's probably one of my most worn Guerlains. I wear this to bed very often. I'll wear it to work in the warmer weather. I really love that citrus contrasting. There's lavender and leather and vanilla in here. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I love this so much. It's almost kind of smells dirty to me in a way, but it's all about this blend of contrast. I'm gonna put some on my skin. So you have this really sharp citrus note contrasting this really dry lavender, giving it this herbal feeling, and the vanilla, it's got vanilla and leather. It's just a bunch of notes that kind of contrast each other that work at the same time, at least for me anyway. I can see why somebody wouldn't like this. I don't think it is very versatile, or somebody just getting into fragrance would be able to appreciate it, but to me it's on a different level than 99.99999% of the perfumes coming out today. I think this was originally marketed for women. I don't know who it's marketed for now today. It could be unisex, but just gorgeous. I love it so much. JICKY. This is the perfume. This is a 500 ml bee bottle. Yeah, 2016 it says here. So yeah, that's been kind of my haul or unboxing. So if you got any questions, you know, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I usually get back to most of the comments and that sort of thing. But anyway, I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this little segment, and we will see you again soon. Thanks.